happy Wine Wednesday, but it's gonna be White Claw Wednesday today.
White Claw, and we have John here today.
Oh, and, yep, I'm here. Julie's here.
Normally we
Julie's
exclude.
No, the only ones that missed so far, Corey's never missed. Yeah, nope.
No.
Same. Yeah.
White Claw Wednesday was in your absence, but we brought it back.
Yeah, because we got
had
a whole case delivered to the office today.
from Champagne Agency, Miss Deb Ste A, we thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Deb, for sending us a case of White Claw. She knows we don't want any lack of drinks here at the office. She's seen our video and just said, hey, you guys need a whole case, so, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
So our topic for today is going to be DTI, debt to income. So
Debt to income.
Debt to income, what is that? Corey, what is debt to income?
I have no idea. My loan officer told me it was DTI. I didn't know what she was talking about.
All those acronyms.
Right.
Enough to confuse anybody.
Things that we think people just know. They have no idea what we're talking about.
So let's dummy it down a little bit, or bring it down a little bit, and
I think the first thing we ask you mostly is how much do you make an hour? And most people have no clue what they make an hour. They just think what they bring home.
well, what their total income is, their annual wage, or hourly, or salary, or yes.
But a lot of people will just be like, well, I make $500 a week.
True.
I'm like, well, is that gross or net?
Right.
And they're like,
Yeah, they don't
Well,
understand that we get to use it before they take out the taxes.
Correct.
So we want gross, always, gross income.
Gross income is what we utilize to qualify borrowers for your mortgage pre-approval.
correct.
So when they give us their income, where do we go from there?
Well, gross income, depending on what type of program you use, depends on what percentage rate we can take for your total debt. So, on an FHA loan, we can honestly go, as high as 55%. Yeah, if you have good credit and a lot
So
of
what
money.
she means is your debts in your credit report, that come out in your credit report, plus your proposed new house payment, divided into that monthly gross income is your debt to income. And that's where she said 55% is FHA, generally can go to a 55% debt to income ratio.
Conventional can never go over 50.
No.
No.
But there's certain guideline criterias and certain parameters for every loan
Yeah.
profile, which obviously maximizing at a back-end ratio of 55 is outstanding, but obviously it has to be a strong
Right, and we don't,
strong
Yeah.
compensating factor.
right, and as lenders, we don't normally like to take somebody to a 55% debt to income ratio because that's 55% of your gross income is all gonna go towards your debts. That doesn't leave a whole lot for taxes, federal taxes, insurance, eating, food, utilities. So we don't generally like to do it that high. There's cases where you have another income that we're not using, which then in that case, we're comfortable with that if you're comfortable with that. But generally, you've got to remember that whatever that percentage is the percentage of your total outstanding debts, not including things that don't come up in the credit report, not including the gas that's extremely high right now,
Sure.
or food, or going out to dinner once in a while. So we don't want you to live for your mortgage, so we're definitely not gonna, but that's what debt to income is, and that's why we look at that. It's probably one of our strongest factors as mortgage lenders.
Yeah, you have
When
Calculator?
qualifying, do I?
calculator in your phone.
Yes, I do. Do
Alright,
you need me
open
to
it up.
calculate something? But
Open it
first,
up.
hold on, I wanna talk about too, when you have your total debt to income, you also have a housing ratio. So you have the housing ratio, which is strictly the house payment divided by the total monthly gross income. And then you also have the proposed new payment with your debts that report to the credit bureau. Total payment, principal and interest payment, taxes, insurance, sometimes PMI, which is your total PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, plus the debt on the report divided by the income is the total debt to income. Okay, what would you like now, ma'am?
I am so confused.
No, you're not.
No, but our buyers out there are.
We're gonna do a little example. So, let me know.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a MSHA loan, which is first time home buyer loan, you're not gonna be able to ever exceed 45% of your debt to income. That is never gonna happen. So we're gonna do a quick example for you. If you're a MSHA buyer, So, my gross annual income is $52,000 a year. So 52,000 divided by 12 equals
43, yep, 43,
$33.33.
correct.
Per month.
Okay,
Times
So
that by
now-
45.
yep, we're gonna times that by 45%,
And why are we timesing it by 45%?
because that is the maximal debt to income ratio for Mishta.
Which-
Now,
Which comes to 1949.85. So technically 1950.
Okay, now we have to subtract out debt.
Correct.
Right, so if you have your car payment and credit cards and things like that, will have to come out of that, and that will leave you with, so say your car payment is $300 a month, and you have credit card totals that the minimum payments are 50, so you have two of them, 100 a month. That leaves you having a total house payment, which is including your taxes, your insurance, and your principal and interest at $1,650.
1550.
Oh,
$1,550, so that means you can qualify for a house of around $150,000-160,000, roughly.
Correct.
But now, I forgot to tell you, child support.
Oh, well, that's gonna make a huge difference.
Yes.
So,
We gotta subtract the child support off of that,
how much is your child support each month?
1,000.
Holy, how many kids you got?
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Well, then we might need to look at possibly getting a co-signer, because qualifying for a $550 house payment is not going to be very cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's gonna be hard to find a house that you,
There's no way.
I mean, I'm just discussing it now with a client, that it's very hard to get a house payment, you know, and an affordable house, you know, in this market, you know, at a 700, you know, monthly payment's gonna be hard. You're talking, you know, a $70,000 house, and then you're talking that you can't go Mishta because most of the time that needs to be fixed up or has some issues. So that's things to keep in mind, but that's where we come into play. We're your experts. We will, you know, we don't want you to fall in love with a house until we know you can qualify for it. So that's why, you know, talking to a lender first, getting pre-approved, you know, knowing
Yes.
what your debt to income ratio will allow you to have.
Extremely important, yes, obviously, because you want to make certain that you are, number one, can you afford the home? Number two, where do you currently stand? So that you are confident when you go out there to get under contract and you're shopping with your agent.
Yeah.
And there won't be any challenges, so.
So these are real life discussions, and we'd be happy to have them with you.
So come see the Lone Trio. Once
Today
again,
we're wearing our matching shirts.
yes,
Yep,
we
yeah.
They're
are.
Dawn got
shirts.
us from,
I'm not sure what it says on there, I don't have my glasses on.
Well, we better not say it over, you know, but it is salty and we are too.
Happy Wine
All right,
Wednesday.
happy
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
give us a call if you have any questions.
Thank you.